opening prayers and then we will continue with chapter 5. We shall start chapter 5. Hare Krishna. That's our Guru Shishya Parampara, which we discussed yesterday, which was great. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And let's do the opening prayer. Om. Ajnanatimidandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Rupa Swayam Rupam Tadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yudhapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathavetam Tam Sajivam Sadavedam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakancha Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripre Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Gitaram Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. So nice. Okay, so we got Swahani, we got Krishna Chaitanya, and we got Arnav. Great. So, Swahani, would you like to do Nasimha Aarti today? I think Krishna Chaitanya did yesterday. And Mariam.
Yes.
Yes, please go on, Swahani.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadai Hiranyakashipurvasa Shilatankarakalai
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadaine Hiranyakashipuvakshaha Shilatanakalaye Ito nashima parato nashibo Yato yami tato nashima Ahir nashima rekaye nashima Narashima madhana karanam prapate Ito narsimha parato narsimha Yato yami tato narsimha Bahe narsimho hidaye narsimho Narasimha madim sharanam prapade Tavakar kamala vare naka Adbhuta Shringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhenga
तव कर कमल परे नाका अद्भुत शृंगारिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवद्रीता नरहरिभूषा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह 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 जय लक्ष्मी 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 नरसिंह निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा
गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेव की प्रहलाद महाराज की जय नरसिंहदेव की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय 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 श्री राधे Hare Krishna. So nice of you, Sohani. Thank you. Okay, today we have Arnav. Hare Krishna. Arnav, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, please. Go on.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. I think some issues. Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Arnav. Hare Krishna. Hare Bo. Very nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Arnav. Very good. Okay. Chaitanya, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra as well, please? Okay. Krishna Chaitanya is still coming.
No, I'm here now, Prabhu. Sorry.
Ah, you are here. No worries. No worries. Please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Krishna Chaitanya. Sir. Very nice. Adi, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra, please?
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Adi. Jai, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra as well, please?
Prabhuji,
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Jay. Very, very nice. Okay, great. So, where we are now, we have finished chapter 4 and we did a bit of revision yesterday. So, what we can do, either we continue revising it or we could start chapter 5. What we would like to do, we would like to revise or we would like to start chapter 5, please.
Prabhuji, I didn't hear you very well.
Okay, all right, I'm coming. All right. Okay, there was a bit of background noise. You should able to hear me.
Prabhuji,
Yes, please, Suhani. You can hear me now? Okay.
I did no. Yeah, I can, but you said something and I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, let me try again. What I said that because we finished chapter 4, so yesterday we said that let's revise 4 chapters we have done so far, and then I started doing it, but we did not complete revising chapter 4 or all the chapters because there were so many questions and we were going through the questions. So where we stand now, I'm thinking, shall we start chapter 5 or shall we complete revising chapter 4 chapters we were doing? Which one do you all agree?
Have we revised? Revise chapter. Revise.
Okay, great.
Revise. Prabhuji,
Very nice. Yes, please.
tomorrow can we start chapter 5?
Yes, let's do that. Thank you. So I'm glad everybody agrees that we should revise and we shall start chapter 4 tomorrow. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. So who remembers the name of chapter 1, please? Who remembers the name of the chapter 1, please? Okay. The name of the chapter 1 is.
Observing the armies on the battlefield.
That's right, yes. Observing the armies battlefield. So when Arjuna requested Krishna to take the army take the chariot in the middle of both armies, and then Arjun starts observing them. Now we say in Bhagavad Gita, अर्नब आप सुन रहे हैं? ये कल मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा अर्नब. भगवत गीता के अंदर 5 टॉपिक हैं. There are 5 topics in Bhagavad Gita. Now one is material nature. What we call, there are 3 modes of material nature or prakriti. Prakriti is like nature, literal meaning. Prakriti is nature, material nature.
Prabhuji,
Yes, please, Suhani.
one of the prakriti is passion.
Yes, one of the prakriti, one of the mode of material nature is passion, and the other 2 are.
Goodness,
Yes.
ignorance and goodness.
Very nice, Jay, and very nice, Sohani. Thank you. So there are 3 modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And then we learn about time, kal, in Bhagavad Gita. What is time? And then there are different times of time. Like the time on the planet Earth is very different than the time in Brahmalok, where Brahmaji lives. And then we have karma. Karma is activity. Like we see chapter 3 is called Karma Yoga. 5 we will see the same thing, Karma Yoga, but in Krishna consciousness. So we're gonna see those. And then we have the fourth soul and the fifth super soul. Now the difference between soul and super soul, all of us have our soul, our individual soul. So I have my soul, you have your soul. But the super soul is the same in all of us. So your super soul is the same as my super soul. Because super soul is Paramatma. Param is super. So soul is Atma, super soul is Paramatma, or also called Ishwar in it. So we know about ourselves, we know about Krishna, and then we know about the nature, the time, and the activities we do. So about us, about Krishna and the activities we do, and we do the activities in time and space. So time is time and space is the nature. Okay, we know all that. So okay. Chapter 1 we have seen. Chapter 1 is divided into, so Hani just gone back. She will come back. So chapter 1 is divided into two sections. First section is as we said, the observing the army. The second section of chapter 1, there are 5 reasons which are given, which Arjun gives. And Arjun says, Krishna, because of these reasons I cannot fight and I should not fight. Then he says, I have compassion. So the way we remember, CDEF, compassion. C for compassion, D for destruction of family tradition, E for enjoyment, F for fear of sinful reaction. And then I, he says, because of this, I cannot fight because I am indecisive, right? And then we continue from here. Then we see chapter 2. In chapter 2, Krishna has said a lot of things because chapter 2 is the summary. The whole summary of Bhagavad Gita is in chapter 2. If somebody would like to read only one chapter, maybe this is the chapter to understand what Bhagavad Gita is saying. So the first part is where Arjun is still saying that I cannot fight. But the second part of chapter 2 is where Krishna gives the understanding of the soul and then says you should fight. Why are you crying for these people? Because they are not bodies, they are soul, right? So then Krishna mentions about that there is no death of the soul. Soul never dies. Then section 3, the karma, the action. And then what Krishna says, you should do your action. Even while fighting with these people, you die, still that is good for you. And that's what he's trying to say. And this is called karma kand. When you fight or you do anything, you expect something in return. That's karma. You do something, you even if you do something good and you're expecting something in return, that means it's a karma kand. And Krishna tells us that we should not do karma kand. We should not do vikarma, we should not do sakarma, we should do nishkarma, like without any benefits. Okay, so that's how we should go. Section 4 or chapter 2. Then Krishna gives the knowledge about Nishkam Karma Yoga, right, in more detail. And Krishna says, how can you do Nishkam Karma Yoga? Nishkam Karma Yoga you can do when you don't expect the fruits of your work. So work very hard. And Pihu is here. Hare Krishna Pihu. So Krishna says to Arjuna that work very hard but don't expect the results, because when we expect the results we get attached to it. For example, the mother will say, please bring me a glass of water. You will bring a glass of water and then you will, I will bring a glass of water, but then I expect you to do something for me, mommy, and that's not a good thing. अर्नव, आप ऐसा करते हो मम्मा के साथ में? मम्मा आपसे कहती हैं कुछ करो मम्मा के लिए, तो आप कहते हो मैंने आपके लिए ये किया है तो मेरे लिए भी कुछ करो. अर्नब मम्मा से पूछ रहे हैं मैं ऐसा करता हूँ कि नहीं करता. आई थिंक अर्नब करते हैं ऐसे. अर्नब बहुत बदमाश है. सो वी शुड नॉट डू इट. अर्नब ऐसा मत किया करो, ठीक है? मम्मा की हेल्प किया. मम्मा की हेल्प किया करो आप, और रिटर्न में कहा करो मम्मा, not like how can I help you. We should say mama, how can I serve you, right? So we should always remember when we get the opportunity to help someone, this is a great opportunity, and we should always look for the opportunity to serve others. So that's what Krishna is trying to say, that do nishkam karma yoga, which means do the karma but don't expect any results out of it. You will get the results for sure. But when you do something, then do it just because you are supposed to do it. You are a student, you are supposed to study very hard, be very punctual, be very disciplined, be a very hard working student. But don't study just because you want to get good marks, right? Because maybe somebody will tell you that, oh, why do you need to study hard? I can get you the question paper. I know which question is going to come. Just study them. That's it. And then you will say, well, yeah, that's it. The whole idea of study is just to get good marks. Then why should I study hard? But no, that's not the point. The point is not to get the good marks. The point is to study, to understand everything perfectly, as Krishna said we should. And the last section of chapter 2, whenever we do something, we should always have our consciousness in Krishna. So, and that's how we're going to get into what we call equipost. What is equipost? Equipost is when whatever happens, it doesn't affect us. How it doesn't affect us? Because if somebody is going to praise us, somebody will say, wow, you have made such a nice presentation. You have made such a nice sketch. Then you will say, thank you. Krishna has given me those skills to make it. So you will not feel very proud of yourself. And because you will always remember, if you will feel proud, then maybe next time you will think, oh, I'm so great, I do it. And a lot of students, they fall into this category. If they pass the exam and or get good marks and somebody else doesn't, then they say, oh, well, because he does not study hard. I do, I study hard. No, we should always remember, we did study hard, yes, but we did not study hard to get the good marks. We did study hard because that's what our, the being the student, that's my prescribed duty. I'm supposed to do that, right? And if I got it,
You shouldn't you shouldn't you shouldn't do it just because you have to. You should do it because it's good and you have interest with it.
yes, yes, very nice, because it's a prescribed duty, because you are interested in it. The best thing to do. Yes, very nice. So that's what Krishna. Okay. And there is a word called sthit pragya. Now, sthit pragya means equipost. And the same thing will happen if something will go wrong, you will not get good marks, then you should not blame yourself. Oh, I'm nothing. A lot of people, they do. And they say, oh, I'm nothing. I won't able to pass this exam because I'm so pathetic. No, you should not think that way. You should always remember it's up to you, and you should work hard, and the results are not in our hands, right? Results are not in our hands. So don't worry about the results. Just study hard, study of your capability, whatever you could, right? So that's chapter 2, the revision, if we think about it. Then we move to chapter 3. What do we do in chapter 3? Chapter 3 was again divided into 5 sections. Now, the very first thing Arjun said to Krishna, that Krishna, I'm so confused now. Please, what are you saying? Should I work or should not I work? Okay, so honey, just a bit of background noise is coming, so I'm just going to put you on mute. So the first section, chapter 3, is where Arjun says, what should I do? So that's what Krishna says. Arjun says to Krishna, what should I do? Should I work or should I renounce? Because he's confused. And what does Krishna say? Krishna always say, again and again in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, work, work, work. Krishna never says renounce your work. What Krishna says? Krishna says, renounce fruits of your work, which means renounce the desire of your works. Whenever you, if you will desire, if we desire, then there will be trouble.
What does desire mean?
What is desire? Desire when you wish something.
Oh,
Yes, desire is another word for wishing. So you desire, oh, I'm making such a nice painting. It will turn out good. Turn out good. I will go to my school and I will show it to everyone and I will prove it that I'm the best painter, best sketcher, best artist on the face of this planet. Right? Not. We should not.
just by a few people telling it's so good.
Yes, that's true. And that's why we should always think there are lots of people who will boost up. And sometimes, oh no, somebody might say, oh, this is a perfect, this is the beautiful, this is the best picture I have ever seen. You are a great artist. And now we should understand sometimes people motivate us, which is good. Our parents, our teachers, they motivate us if we are doing something good. And that motivation is really good to have. But that motivation should not give us false pride. What is false pride? False pride is when we start thinking, "Oh, I'm so good, I can do it." If I will say, oh, Krishna Chaitanya, that kirtan you did, that was awesome. That was the best kirtan ever I heard. And you will say, if in case Krishna Chaitanya will say, tell you what, Prabhuji, I agree with you. I think you are saying the best thing. All right, Hare Krishna. I okay. Avni is here, which is great, and Divesh is here as well, which was really good to see. Now, who else is there? Jay is here, of course. Rohan is also here. Hare Krishna, Rohan. So, if somebody has joined a bit later, just to let you know, we are revising. We finished chapter 4, so we are just revising. We just finished revising chapter 2, and we have just started
Prabhuji,
chapter 3.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
Prabhuji,
yes,
Prabhuji.
yes, please, Avni.
Your voice is all echoey.
Oh, my voice, is it still the same?
No.
No? Okay. Maybe I was moving around.
Prabhuji,
Yes, please.
on my side, I can't hear you echoing.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, me too.
all right. No worries. Sometime it happens in between. So right. So we are revising chapter 3 and chapter 4, and then we will continue with chapter 5. So
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So chapter 3, in chapter 3, because in chapter 2 Krishna explained a lot of concepts. So if we will just go back this one slide back, and we will see Krishna explained what we call Jnana Yoga. Now, Jnana Yoga is about the soul, about Atma. When we are not this body, we are the soul. That's Jnana Yoga. And then Krishna explained Gyan is also called in English knowledge. Then Krishna explained about Karma Yoga, Karma Kand. And Karma Kand is like action, anything we do. So most of the time, Krishna, we do something, we expect something. If you will help someone, you always expect something good, right? You will always expect. And if somebody else will do something bad to you, most of the time you will say, oh, because you have done this bad to me, I hope bad will happen to you, right?
That's cool. That's kind of like um envy.
Yes, this is the manifestation of jealousy is called envy. When the jealousy takes the shape,
They really should. They've got a good name for it because it's so cruel, and they've got like a good name, like you know what I mean.
yes, yes, you're right. I agree with you, Krishna Chaitanya. So yeah, that's called karma kanda. You do good thing, you expect good, and If somebody,
You know why envy is half funny?
why? Please?
Because when you do envy, the other person you put envy on will get something back, but then you'll get karma,
Yes.
and then that other boy will do envy to you, then
Yes.
he'll get karma again, and then it keeps on going on.
That's right. That's so right. And that's why it's called a vicious circle. You just keep going round and round and round. So, Krishna Chaitanya, you explained it so nicely. How to come out of this circle? Because it looks like all of us, we are in this circle. Everybody seems to be in this circle. How can we break this circle?
And by praying to Krishna.
Okay, Krishna Chaitanya says by praying to Krishna. Yes. Adi, you were saying something as well?
It's all about Hey, where's Nyrek? He never comes these days.
Yeah, Nairik got some exams to prepare. Like Tanmay is also preparing for the exams. So I think Nairik's classes are clashing. So that's why. His mom was in touch.
Prabhuji,
Yes, please.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
his
so
name is not Nyrik, his name is Nirik.
Yeah, we
that's
know that. I just call him Nyrek.
yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because yes, Nairik is Nirik. Okay, great. So coming back to this one. So because in chapter 2, Krishna said Gyan Yoga, Krishna explained Karma Kand, Krishna explained Buddhi Yoga. Now Buddhi is intelligent. So intelligence. So Krishna gave this intelligence about Nishkam Karma Yoga, that you should not do Karma Kand, you should not expect the results, you should take actions and give the results to us. So by then it was good. But then right at the end of chapter 2, Krishna said about samadhi. And what is samadhi? He said, doesn't really matter what you do. What matters is the intentions behind what you do. Remember the example of the doctor and a thief. The doctor puts the knife in the tummy and the patient dies, and the thief put the knife in the tummy of the rich person and he dies. So the
It's called stabbing.
oh yes, that's right. Let's put it that way. You're right. Let's use the appropriate word. So sometimes I forget that which age you are at.
See what to do if you're thinking that.
Yes. Yes. So in both cases, the patient and the rich person, both cases, the people, the human dies, and the action was the same as well. That the in one case the knife stabbed the person, in other case the doctor put the knife in the tummy of the patient, and the result was the same as well. Both the patient, the doctor, and the thief, their intentions were very different. And that's what Krishna is explaining right at the end of the chapter 2. That what matters is your intentions. And along the side, then Krishna said that we should always be equiposed. And we were discussing this equipoise, that you're not going to get very happy if something will happen. Because you know the happiness is temporary, and if you're going to celebrate the happiness, you know very soon you will be sad. Why? Because you know that whatever you are celebrating will go away, and this happens a lot of time it happens. But that doesn't mean that you should start moaning about things. But yes, you should always be careful that what are you celebrating, what are you happy about. And the same thing goes for the sadness. If you're sad about something, like I said before, Shivani was very sad when she lost her favorite toy in the taxi, and then she was so sad. She made me call the taxi driver and the company, but we could not get it back. Found because she has many toys at home. So very soon she forgot all about it. But at that moment, she thought that that favorite toy was her life. And this is what happens. And that could happen with our favorite toy, favorite t-shirt, favorite notebook, favorite pencil, favorite car, favorite house. So people,
It's impossible to lose a house and a car.
it's possible. Sometimes people they get accident in the car, and then they
Yeah, but what about their house? How can you lose a house?
yeah how people
Lose a house, it'll be damaged.
yes, that's right. Yeah, for example, where we are sitting at the moment, it's a beautiful conservatory, and this is really really nice because especially in the weather, even if it's raining outside, we are there. But let's say for some reason, if it's full of glasses. Let's say for some reason one of the glass will be broken. What will happen? We will be sad. We'll say, oh, we cannot sit here anymore. And I will have to spend, I don't know, £1,000 to get a repair. And I will be very sad. Right? If we are always in Krishna consciousness, we will remember we don't need to be sad. Because these are material things. Sooner or later, they are going to go away anyways. Either these material things are going to leave us or we are going to leave us. We are going to leave these material things. So the only relation we have is with Krishna, which will never go away. Otherwise, the rest of the relations they are material, they are temporary. So we shouldn't. We that's why the devotees they are always happy. They don't go sad for anything, right? So because in the last chapter, at the end, chapter 2, Krishna was explaining all that. That's why in the beginning of chapter 3, Arjun is confused now. Arjun is saying that what we should do that we should are you saying that I should not work, or are you saying I should go and do meditation, I should only go for the knowledge of this, the understanding? I'm confused. Please Krishna, explain it to me. I can't understand what you mean. Then Krishna said, okay Arjun, I will explain you again in detail this time. So Krishna explained about Nishkam Karma Yoga, NKY, in chapter 2, but here Krishna is explaining it again. And we have gone it many times. That the main thing is that we should not get attached to things. Don't get attached to anything. You will see anybody who is happy or unhappy about something, the reason is basically attachment. So sometimes we are attached to something, that things will go away and we will go detached. Okay. Well, Avni is saying my voice is switching between echoing to normal. Okay. Well, I seem to be okay. Avni, it could be the internet connection, I'm afraid, because the even though it's not.
Prabhuji,
Yes, please, Sohani.
Arnav said we can't see the shared content.
Okay, let's see who cannot. Okay, let us.
Arnav.
The screen is blurred.
Oh, is it? Okay, we are sharing again. Okay. Okay, let me know if you could see this
No.
now. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you for letting me know. Right. So, yes, we are doing this chapter 3 revision. In the chapter 3, okay, Tanmay said now. Yeah, thank you. So, in this, that's what Krishna is explaining. Chapter 3 divided into 5 sections. Section 2 is NKY. Don't attach. Anything you do, don't attach to the results of it. Arjun said it's very hard. I can't do it. Then Krishna said, okay, you don't understand Karma Kand? And remember what Karma Kand is? Karma Kand is when you do the actions and you expect something back. Then Krishna said, don't change overnight, change it slowly, change it gradually. Which means if you have a bad habit, first of all, it's good not to develop the bad habit. But even if some case you have a bad habit, then you cannot change overnight. Overnight means you cannot just sleep today and wake up tomorrow and you think, oh, it has gone. For example, like the girls, you might think, I would like to grow very big hairs, the long hairs, the beautiful hairs, the curly hairs. Then it won't happen in one go, even though it's material. The same thing is with devotion. It won't come overnight. Like this, today you will sleep and say, oh Krishna, tomorrow morning I will wake up, I'll be a true, pure devotee. It's not going to happen. We have to work towards it. And that's what Krishna is explaining in section 3, that it's a gradual process. Go slowly, go one by one, right? And then in the section 4, Krishna is saying, Arjun said, so what happened to those guys? those devotees who get to the level of doing NKY, Nishkam Karma Yoga. Those people, once if I will become a yogi and I will start doing NKY, Nishkam Karma Yoga, like I will start doing the actions where I will not expect anything in back. I will just do because I would like to do it for Krishna. Then what will happen? Then in section 4, Krishna said, if you will start doing that, then you will keep doing it because you will become the role model for others. Others will think about you, others will speak about you, others will inspire from you. And that's what you will see many devotees they do, like Guru Maharaj, and we call his holiness Swamiji's. They all are role example for us. We should follow them, we should understand what they are doing, we should ask them, and we should follow them, right? And right at the end of chapter 3, fifth section, Krishna explains that be aware of lust and anger. Now lust is desire, the wishes, that if you wish something, now Krishna explained it very nicely here, that if you wish for something, you get attached with that. And if you will get attached with something, then that attachment might not get fulfilled. If it will not get fulfilled, then what will happen? You will get angry. So, what's the root cause of anger? It's desire, it's the wish. Now, if you will not wish about something, then, and how do you wish something? Now, think about it. It says there is another word which is contemplation. What is contemplation? Contemplation is thinking about something. You think about it, you keep thinking about it. Why do you think about it? Why do you keep thinking about it? Because you have heard about it. So everything starts from hearing or watching, looking at it, like advertisements we have. So remember, always try to hear Krishna Katha, stories of Krishna, because whatever you will hear, you will contemplate the same thing, you will think the same, and then you will attach to those things, and then you will go back to Krishna consciousness, and that's what we all are supposed to do. So Krishna said, be aware of lust and anger. Very nice. Okay. Krishna explained this ladder, which we will do. We have done it before, but we will come back to it because there are 3 different levels of it. Okay, chapter 4 we have seen. Chapter 4, the Gyan Yoga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections. The first section, Krishna explains that we should get the knowledge from the disciple disciplic succession. What is disciplic succession? Disciplic succession is where a teacher, and that's why yesterday we saw all the teachers, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada ji and his spiritual master and his guru and his guru. Why? Because that's how the transcendental knowledge goes from one teacher to the student, then that student becomes the teacher, and that student passes to another student, and then that student becomes the teacher and passes to another. And we should always remember, whenever we make the guru, we should ask which organization you are part of, which what we call sampradaya, which spiritual institute. So a spiritual institute could be referred as sampradaya. So section 2, now you know the transcendental knowledge, but how to implement it, how to apply it. And that's what Krishna explains in section 2. That if you will apply this, what will happen? You will be happy. You will not have any bondage, because then you are going to do the action such a way, then you are free from the bondage, right? Then section 3 of chapter 4, and chapter 4 is the recent one which we have just done. Chapter 4, what Krishna is saying, that understand. Then that's where we learned 3 different types of actions: karma, vikarma, which is negative, and sakarma, which is neutral, and nishkam karma, or also called akarma, which is when we do the actions and we don't expect anything in return. Always remember, we should always do nishkam karma yoga. And then chapter 4, Krishna says the sacrifices. Now, what are the sacrifices? Different in the Vedas, different people in the different yugas, they do different sacrifices. Like there was a yuga they used to do meditation, like Satyuga. Then in Treta, the fire yagya. And then Dwapar, they used to do a lot of donations, what we call dana, right? So in Kali Yuga, which is the current yuga, all these three they are expired. We won't able to get much benefit out of them. Why? First of all, we cannot do so much austerity. They what they used to do. Similar thing, we are not made for the donation. We will still do some donations, but it's very hard to keep our mind and heart pure while doing the donations. But we should still do donations in the temple. And then again, when we do the fire yagyas, our Sanskrit is not that good that we can do the perfect fire yagyas. But in Kalyug, one of the best thing or the best thing we can do, which is scripture suggests, is to take the name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that's the best thing we can do. And what's the sacrifice in that? The sacrifice is only our time, if you think about it, right? And very soon, what will happen? We will get interested in that. We will get ruchi in it. Once we will get ruchi in it, Hari bol, then nothing is going to. So COVID-19 will come and COVID-19 will go. It's not going to affect. We are not going to get afraid. Yes, we might die, yeah. But again, we will remember that we are not the body, we are the soul, and soul never dies. COVID 19 cannot do anything about it, right? But what's important is to remember Krishna. What's important is to remember that we are not soul. And then the last is where Krishna concluded chapter 4, saying that if you will work like this, like keeping Krishna consciousness in your mind, if you do the actions, then you will not get any sin. And that's what Arjun did. Arjun killed so many people, but he did not get the blame for it. Why? Because he did for Krishna. He did not do it to keep in mind that I'm going to win this battle and then I will become the king. No, he did it. Why? Because Krishna said that the other side is irreligion. Duryodhan is irreligion. He's a bad king. And because you are a good king, you should fight for me. And you should spread the religion. You should establish the religion. And that's what Krishna concluded in chapter 4, that whatever you do, always keep your mind in Krishna consciousness, right? So from tomorrow, like we said, we will start chapter 5. Okay, in chapter 4, we did 14 qualities. And I will share this slide as well. This is a very nice slide where we have different qualities. If we follow Krishna consciousness, which qualities we will develop in us? We will be satisfied and we will be independent, right? We will be free from envy. We will not have jealousy for anyone, right? It's very nice. And then in chapter 5, we will start again from Nishkam Karma Yoga and we will go further. Krishna will,
Prabhu, can I do Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
yes. So let's do Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and there are 4 minutes left. I will leave you guys with the, yeah, to do the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then
Can I see it?
tomorrow I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, Chaitanya, continue. Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Would anyone else like to do the Krishna Mahamantra? Does anyone else want to do the Hari?
You only got 1 minute.
Okay, I'll do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.